Say the word quantum, and you probably picture something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? Maybe a superhero shrinking down to some microscopic dimension, or that famous cat in a box that's somehow both alive and dead. It sounds like this totally abstract theory that only exists on chalkboards, but honestly, that's an illusion. The truth is, quantum physics silently governs the device you are holding right now. It governs the biology of your own body and literally the fabric of your reality every single second of the day. Welcome to this explainer, where we're going to dismantle everything you thought you knew about the world.
Okay, let's dive into this. Under the normal classical rules of physics, our world operates on strict cause and effect. Just picture a ball rolling toward a really steep hill. If that ball doesn't have the momentum to reach the top, it just rolls back down, every single time. Nothing crosses a barrier it doesn't have the energy to climb. But down in the quantum world, an electron isn't just a solid little ball. It behaves way more like a smeared-out wave of probability. And because of this weird wave-like nature, there's a real measurable chance that an electron simply vanishes from one side of an energy barrier and instantly pops up on the other side. It didn't have the energy to climb over it, it didn't find a secret crack, it didn't jump, it just tunneled right through. This is called electron tunneling. And the wildest part, engineers actually manipulate this exact phenomenon across the 10 to 15 billion microscopic transistors inside your phone's processor. Seriously, if you take quantum tunneling away, the device in your hand simply ceases to exist.
And it's not just your phone's processor. Think about the GPS navigation that guides your car. That system relies entirely on atomic clocks, and their pinpoint precision depends completely on quantum energy transitions. Or what about the MRI scanners in our hospitals? They work by literally manipulating the quantum spin of protons inside your body. Even the camera on the back of your phone, it operates on the photoelectric effect. That's where pure particles of light, photons, strike the silicon sensor and knock loose a highly specific number of electrons to build your photos pixel by pixel. These aren't far-off futuristic concepts. These are textbook, perfectly engineered applications of quantum mechanics hard at work in your daily routine. We've actually managed to tame all this quantum weirdness into stable engineering. We've mastered the engineering, sure, but that wasn't the strangest discovery. Section 1. The secret engine of life, quantum biology. The truly fascinating quantum story actually begins in the messy, chaotic, warm world of biology. See, for over a century, scientists were completely stumped by a biological mystery. How exactly do plants transfer solar energy during photosynthesis with near 100% efficiency? Classically speaking, energy hopping from one molecule to another should lose a massive amount of heat along the way. But then, in 2007 and 2010, researchers at the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory found something that defied absolutely all assumptions. They discovered quantum coherence. Deep inside the chemically chaotic interior of a living cell, the solar energy wasn't just bouncing around randomly like a pinball. No, it was spreading out like a wave, simultaneously sampling every possible path to find the absolute most efficient route, all in a fraction of a nanosecond. Now, physicists had always assumed that the messy thermal noise of biology would instantly destroy such a delicate quantum state. But instead, it turns out billions of years of evolution actually tuned the plant's proteins to use that exact environmental noise to preserve quantum coherence just long enough to do its job. To put into perspective just how monumental this is, take a look at our best commercial silicon solar panels. Their theoretical maximum efficiency is hard-capped by classical physics at right around 33%. Meanwhile, a simple blade of grass achieves near 100% efficiency in its initial energy transfer. It's mind-blowing. But hey, we are catching up. Just recently, in 2025, a team at Cambridge discovered quantum effects inside organic semiconductors that we previously thought were way too warm to sustain them. This is leading to incredible leaps in electrical conversion efficiency. We're finally learning to build technology not around classical physics, but around the brilliant quantum strategies plants have been using for billions of years. But biology's mastery of this invisible world goes way beyond plants. Take the European robin, for example. Every autumn, a young robin that has never made the journey before will somehow navigate thousands of kilometers across entire continents to exact wintering grounds. And they can do this even in overcast skies or inside windowless rooms. The bird isn't using visual landmarks at all. It's literally reading the geometry of the Earth's magnetic field. So the crucial point is exactly how the bird manages this seemingly impossible feat. When a photon of light strikes a very specific protein in the robin's eye, called cryptochrome, it knocks loose an electron.
This creates what's known as an entangled radical pair. That's two particles separated in space, but completely linked together through quantum mechanics. Then, the Earth's incredibly weak magnetic field actually shifts the spin states of these entangled electrons, which produces chemical changes that the bird's brain interprets as directional information. The robin might literally see the magnetic field as a visual overlay on reality, like a heads-up display. And thanks to a major breakthrough in late 2024, physicists formalized that the bird exploits the quantum Zeno effect. That's a phenomenon where continuous quantum measurement freezes a system just long enough to interact with the Earth's faint magnetic field.
And we see this quantum touch even in our own senses. Take smell, for instance. The classical textbook model tells us it's a lock and key system, where the physical shape of an odor molecule just fits right into a nasal receptor. But scientists discovered something crazy. If you take a molecule and replace its hydrogen atoms with heavier deuterium atoms, meaning you keep the exact same shape, but you change its quantum vibrational frequency, humans and flies actually smell something completely different. Your nose might actually be acting as a quantum spectrometer, detecting the unique vibrational signatures of molecules through a process called inelastic electron tunneling. It's wild to think about.
But if you think that's strange, what scientists found next changed everything. Section 2. The quantum mechanics of aging, mutations and disease. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that the deepest quantum story in your body is actually found in the enzymes that keep you alive. Digestion, respiration, DNA replication, they all rely on quantum proton tunneling. Protons literally go through chemical barriers to sustain your very life.
But there's a terrifying flip side to this. Deep inside your DNA, a proton occasionally tunnels into the wrong position, which creates a mutated tautomeric form. Now, biologists used to think this was just way too rare to even matter. That was until researchers at the University of Surrey ran the exact quantum dynamics and found a genuinely startling number. The probability of a base pair being in this mutated quantum state is exactly 1 in 6,000. And when you multiply that by the 3 billion base pairs in your genome, you realize that hundreds of thousands of quantum mutations exist inside your DNA at this very moment. Let that sink in. Most of them revert harmlessly before replication. But the ones that don't, they get copied. This relentless, invisible quantum tunneling is a literal driving mechanism behind cellular aging, genetic disease, and even cancer. The quantum world essentially enables your life in one breath and slowly erodes it in the next. It's a delicate balance, but the real mystery begins here. Section 3. The impending quantum threat, digital encryption. Because while we're waking up to the wonders of quantum biology, there's a massive, impending civilizational threat looming right on the digital horizon. Think about it. Everything you do online, your bank accounts, your medical records, literally the entire secure infrastructure of the internet, it's all protected by classical math. But adversaries are bypassing this right now with a terrifying operational strategy known as harvest now, decrypt later. Basically, they are actively vacuuming up highly sensitive encrypted data today, betting that in the near future, they'll possess a quantum computer powerful enough to unlock all of it. Deeply personal, highly secure information that was meant to stay confidential well into the 2030s is actively at risk today. And this brilliantly illustrates why the panic is really setting in. The timeline is collapsing. For years, experts thought breaking modern encryption would require tens of millions of error-corrected qubits, which placed the threat a whole generation away. But in 2025, Google researchers revised that estimate for RSA encryption down to under 1 million qubits. By early 2026, a white paper reduced the requirement for breaking digital signatures and cryptocurrency down to fewer than 500,000 qubits. With companies like IBM already operating systems over 1,000 qubits, the gap between our current hardware and total encryption collapse is narrowing at a terrifying speed. Section 4, You Are the Universe, a Quantum Reality. Because ultimately, all of this, the chlorophyll in plants, the robin's eye, your DNA, the collapsing encryption, it all traces back to the exact same physical reality. You see, the solid, classical world we experience every day is really just a high-level, blurry map. You never actually left the quantum world. The true territory is this bizarre, breathtaking landscape of superpositions, tunneling, and entangled probabilities. But this shouldn't be something to fear. It should be embraced. Just imagine our future. Imagine space-based Dyson swarms orbiting the sun, harvesting energy with the perfect quantum efficiency of a plant. Imagine quantum medicine, where drugs can actually stabilize the physical geometry of your DNA's hydrogen bonds, stopping the quantum tunneling that triggers cancer before it ever even begins. As Einstein and Spinoza so beautifully observed, A universe governed by counterintuitive uncertainty somehow produced a creature capable of noticing how strange it all is. We are simply the universe experiencing itself.
So I want to leave you with this final thought. If the quantum world has always been shaping your reality, how much of your life have you truly been able to see? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. If this shifted your perspective on the invisible world around us, please share your thoughts in the comments below. Leave a like and make sure to subscribe for more deep dive science documentaries. Until next time, keep questioning your reality.